Hello friends, welcome back to Adike's InfoTech channel. Today we are discussing here one more interview question in IICS. So interview might ask you a query to write a query based on scenario, and even though he might ask you to design a mapping for the same scenario. So in such situations, I have come up with one most interview question which I have asked in the interviews for IICS or Informatica Power Center developers who's having more than 3 years of experience. Okay. So let's say this is the scenario. Find employees whose salary is greater than their managers. Okay. So they will give you a table like this, employee table. So we have employee ID, name, salary, and manager ID. So in this scenario, who is having the maximum salary when compared to their managers? Here Nimesh having 70,000. Okay. And his manager is 3. 3 in the sense, here if you see here Jason. Nimesh manager is Jason. Jason is having 60,000. So which means Nimesh is having salary greater than his manager, right? 70,000 he is having. So in same way, John Robert, he has 80,000, manager is 4. Paul is 90,000. But here manager is having more salary than John Robert. Okay. So this will not come as a output. So Jason, he is having 70. He doesn't have manager, so we can ignore it. Even for Paul also, he doesn't have manager, we can ignore it. And Rahul has 50,000. His manager is 3. Jason. Jason having 60,000. So Rahul having less than his manager. So in theoretically, the answer should be Nimesh. Only this employee has more than his manager's salary. Okay. So the output should come like employee ID 1, employee name Nimesh, salary 70,000, manager ID 3. So this is the expected output. So for that, you can write an query like this in SQL. You just do the self join. So employee manager E as E, employee manager as M. So I'm considering the same table as employee table and manager table. I'm just joining based on the IDs. Here manager ID and this ID. I'm joining based on this ID. And I'm giving one more filter where employee salary is greater than manager salary. Okay, if we write like this, we get the required output. So let's write an query here and see the output. Okay, so this is the output. Here you can see we are getting the expected output, correct? Nimesh 70,000, manager ID is 3. So I have created a table in source as EMP manager is having ID, name, salary, and manager ID. And in the target, so if you do the select star from employee manager, so these are the records I have inserted as per the query, as per the scenario they have given here. Okay, so if we have to write a query in this way to get the required output. Now the scenario here is that's okay. They will give a simple. They will tell us to write a simple query. Okay, we have done with this. So if they ask you to design the mapping to get this required output in the Informatica Power Center or ISCS. Okay, so this kind of scenarios, it will come very rare scenarios. Most of them will not ask, but they will ask in some higher companies, the MNC companies like Capgemini, CGI, and Deloitte. They will ask you. So it is easy to write a query for some people. So for some peoples. So how you can convert this SQL query into the mapping designing? So that is one thing like analytical skills. So I have come up with two methods. We can design the same to get the output in Informatica or ISCS. So we have a two methods here. First method one is if you take two sources, join both sources based on this condition, and you can filter out the salary part. If you filter the salary here, we will get the required output. Or method two, if you take only one source and filter it based on the filter it with this condition, we'll get the output. Here in source, we have to do this. I'll tell you why I have taken only one source. Here I have taken two sources, right? So let's go with the first method, method one, and design a mapping in IICS. See. So go to new mappings, create a mapping here. So I'm going with the first method, which is I'm taking the two sources. Okay, source one. Let's select the sources here. I have created in the source schema. I'm selecting the table name, employee manager. Okay, so I'll just rename this source with the table name. And in same way, in source one also, I have created the same table with the employee manager one. So select source and the object is employee manager. Both having same data, same structure. There is no change in anything. Okay. So now we have the sources. Now let's take joiner. So in Informatica, the first table which we drop, which it considered as a detail, right? So in the same way, I'm just passing this to detail and the second one to master. But here we have both tables have four columns, right? So eh, actually, whenever the table has less column, that should be master. But here in this scenario, we have same column, so you can take anyone as a master or detail. So in joining condition, so if you see here, we'll get conflicts because the both tables have same names. So what I will do, so these are the detail table, right? So I'll just keep it as D underscore, okay? And this table is in master, so I'll keep it as the M underscore. So that name conflict has been removed. So here in prefix we have D hyphen, in master we have M hyphen. So join condition, just take simple. Here what you have to do, manager ID equal to M5. That's okay. Now what we have to do, we need to take after join, just take filter transformation. Okay, filter, go to filter condition here, go to advanced, edit, define the filter condition. What you have to do, M salary greater than D salary. Validate it. Okay, and just pass this to target. So go to target. In target schema, I have created one target table which is similar to the same source, T underscore employee manager. So the operation is insert, and I'll just do truncate table before loading. And here, if you see in target, we have multiple columns, right? From detail master, we are getting all the columns, but we require only one set of columns. So I'll just what I'll do, I'll just ignore these detailed columns. Okay. So click here. Here you can select exclude field, configure it. So I'm just excluding the detailed columns. So now we have only four columns here. So in the field mapping, is the smart map it, field mapping. Okay. Now we are done with the mapping. Let's save it. So let's run the mapping now. So this is how the mapping will look like. Just click on that. Go to my jobs. So it is in queue. Now it's running. So we got one record. The expected output is one record, right? So from source, it is reading five columns, and based on the conditions we have given in the target, it is loading only one record. Let's check the same the output is the output here. So this is the one image 7003. This is the one, right? We are expecting one image 7003. So in Oracle also we have seen in the source the what should be the output now for this query one image 7003. So here also we are getting the same expected output. So which means the mapping which we have developed it is a correct one. So that's how we have to create mapping. Let's go with the method 2 now. Method 2 what we have source filter target. That's it. So I'll go with new mapping create source source I am selecting. Here you can see source type single object. Before we have taken as only single object, right? Now I am going to take multiple objects here. Click on this arrow marks, just add source objects. So first I am taking this. Okay. Now we need to add a relationship to this table. Now again go here, add related objects. If you see here, existing relationships to this table, employment. Here it is not able to find out. Why? Because we haven't defined any relationship between these two tables, right? Employee manager and employee manager one. Since the both tables having the same columns, when this scenario will work out means suppose we have a employee table and department table. So there we will define relationship, right? Like employee ID and department also employee ID, correct? Department ID. So based on employee and department ID, we'll get the department name or department location. So in that case of scenarios, we will get the table here automatically. Since here we are not defining any relationships, then you can go with custom relationships. Then select the object which you want to build a relation. So I'm just selecting this. So here I'm just mapping. It's like a joining condition. ID equal to manager ID. Okay, add the this. So add the condition here. Give okay. So this is how we can join in the source transformation as well. Now you can just take a filter or transformation here. Go to filter, go to advanced, define filter condition. So here the how you have to define. So the employee should have greater than manager, right? So manager employee who is having greater than employee salary. Validate. Okay. This is how you can define and go to targets. Select the same table, target table. T employee manager, right? So here also I'm doing operation insert and I'm just truncating. Here also same. We'll get all the incoming fields, right? So we need to exclude one set of columns, exclude, and then on figure. So I'm excluding only this. I'm just allowing which are having salary one. So these I'm going to map to the target. Use not map. Now save it. So mapping is valid now. Let's run the mapping tool. So go to my jobs. So mapping 2 is running now. So we got one record. Okay. On source it is reading 3. Before what we have seen here in this mapping we have seen just show you. So this is the mapping right before. So mapping 1 If you see from source 5 and the next source also 5 records it is reading. But if you see here, it is reading only 3 records. Why? In the source itself, we are joining the condition. So first Informatica will execute the condition. Based on that, output will read. Okay, instead of reading 5, we have defined the joining condition in the source itself. So it will read 3 records based on the joining condition. And from here, we are filtering out the employee salary is having greater than manager ID. So it is loading one record. So in the target, if you see, so we got the same. So in this way, we can design the mapping. So this is all like analytical skills. So if you explain in this way to the interviewer, so you might understand that you have a knowledge on the Informatica as well as you have a good analytical skills as well. So if you get any scenarios in real time, so in the interview will think, let's okay, this candidate has a capability to design the mappings based on the requirement. So I hope you guys understood this scenario. So I request you to all watch this video from starting to ending so that you will understand the flow. Just don't skip to the designing part and you just by heart that code or the mapping how you the designing has been happened. So don't by heart it. Try to analyze and try to build based on the output of that you can build the design. So based on the output you can design the mappings easily. And I have also observed most people are watching my videos without subscribing. So I request you all to subscribe to my channel so that I'll try to upload the more and more videos on this interview questions or scenario based questions. So I hope you understood and I hope you will help me guys. So thank you for watching my videos to all my subscribers. Thank you so much. We'll catch up in the next video. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.